Hey, today I wanted to share the 3 things you should be doing before you launch your business, even if you're not quite sure exactly what business to start. My name is Jenna Harrison. I'm the founder of the uncommonway.com business and performance coaching. Okay, the first thing you want to do is get really determined about growing your online network and being visible there. There are 2 aspects to this. One, of course, is the human aspect. You want people to know you, have a relationship with you, so that later on they trust you and they can actually refer people to you or become clients themselves. Having a big network is always a huge boost when you're starting your business. But there's a second aspect as well. People are more likely to like and comment on your posts if they already have a relationship with you. That's so important for all of the social media algorithms, because when there's engagement, the algorithms assume that it's interesting and they'll boost your post and put it in front of more people. Now this is critical because you could have the best product, the best service in the world, but if you can't get in front of potential clients, you're not going to make sales. All right, the second thing is to start building that social proof, and by that I mean testimonials. So often in life we do things that make a really big difference in somebody's life, but we don't actually even think about it, let alone think to actually get something in writing that talks about the difference that was made. And that's just a shame, because later on, a lot of people aren't going to care whether you had a paid client or a free client. What they care about is whether or not you get results, whether or not you can solve their problem. And so, unfortunately, going back to someone a year after the event, it doesn't capture that same emotion. And emotion is really where people make buying decisions. So as soon as you do something that is in any way transformative for somebody's life or business, and I want you to be really generous with yourself here, because we tend to downplay what we are doing for people, the work we're doing out in the world. But take a step back and look at whether people would potentially pay for that. And go ahead and ask the person, hey, I would really love, I'm so glad you feel like this has been such a help. Would you mind just writing a few words about how that helped you, so that I can let other people know as well? All right, now before I go on to the third, I want to point out something that I have not mentioned yet, and that is to develop a huge nest egg or have a big savings. And that rises way up to the top of the list for most people, something they think they absolutely need to do before they start their business. And that couldn't be further from the truth. It is entirely possible to start a business while in your day job. So I'm thinking of a client I have right now who was living paycheck to paycheck, had absolutely no savings, but she knew for sure that she wanted to launch a business, and she knew that she wanted it to be as quick and effortless as possible. So we began working together, and within 3 months, she was making double her salary. So she was able to pay off her investment with me times 4 or 5 in just that time frame. And the great part is, because she was making that money as well as her income from her day job, she was able to save. So before she actually did give her notice at her day job, she did have a savings in place. So don't wait. Go ahead and launch your business as soon as you're ready. All right, the third thing you need to do is to get really clear. And when I say that, I mean go deep. Go deep into your why and into your purpose and what you really, really want to do on this earth. That may sound a little melodramatic, but I'm bringing it up for a really important reason. The number one mistake that I see new entrepreneurs make is that because they're nervous about what they would do in their business, they tend to go for what they think makes the most logical sense. And that usually is what they've been doing in their day job. Now, if you love what you do, then more power to you. Run with it. That is fantastic. But for so many of us, the reason that we want to leave our corporate job is because we really don't love the work that we're doing. And so if you just transfer that set of circumstances from your business, from your corporation, your day job, into your new business, you're just becoming an employee to that business. And when it comes to maximizing your total life satisfaction, you want to do work that you love. You spend a lot of hours doing this kind of work, so make it something that you love. Okay, if you are ready to crack the code on exactly what kind of business is best for you to start and how to take it from hobby to real business where you're getting those first paying clients, then message me. Let's hop on a call, see if it makes sense for us to work together. And regardless of whether we do decide to work together or not, you will walk away with a roadmap for what you need to do to get from here to there. Okay, I'm wishing you the best of luck on this entrepreneurial journey. Bye.